3.17 brought us just a little bit closer to some of the larger updates and upgrades that many a citizen longs for. From the ability to sell looted items to vendors around Stanton, to the first and smallest in a line of ships that will make the cargo trade as we know it but a simplified memory. Citizens, my name's Beard of Oz, and today I'll be talking about cargo hauling in 3.17, some of my favourite goods and routes, and just a whole bunch of Hull AI candy. Let's get into it. While not the fastest nor easiest way of making money in the verse, cargo hauling is at its heart a consistent. Requiring an outlay of your own money to kick things off, there is an inherent risk in the transporting of goods, whether it be to pirates or bugs, mishaps, or the miscalculation of a profit margin. And while the pond may be small for the world of cargo and Star Citizen in its current iteration, the potential it holds with the changes on the horizon bode well for its continued growth and validity as a staple moneymaker and game loop for the citizens already in the verse and those yet to join. If you're one of those citizens yet to join the multitude already a part of this growing endeavour, and this video, or any other, helps you take the next step, be sure to use my referral code for an extra 5,000 aUEC when creating your account. I'll put it in the description below. While it may not seem a great deal, that 5,000 coupled with your default 20,000 can prove to be a great starting point should you choose to take part in the cargo hauling life. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've recently purchased the Hull A and made myself a fake wipe of sorts, leaving myself only the gear first provided after a character reset and the starting 25,000 Alpha UEC. I set about the life of a humble merchant, buying and selling in order to upgrade the components of my new vessel, as well as allow myself the choice of higher value commodities to further increase my personal wealth. And I have to say, while slow at first, this past 2 weeks have been some of my most satisfying Star Citizen gameplay yet, and that's amid a slew of new and hampering performance issues and bugs that 3.17 has kindly provided. If you're completely new to the world of cargo trading, be sure to check out my cargo hauling guide in the card on your screen now. I'll also put a link in the description below. The majority of information in that video remains unchanged as a 3.17, though you may find more than just a few fellow citizens on the trade routes contained within. Since starting anew with just the one ship and limited funds, I delved into the commodities often overlooked by the majority of profit-hungry merchants in order to properly maximise my own potential gain. And while there are standout commodities safely and firmly positioned in the less than ideal columns, there are some middle ground trade goods that I found to be ideal for the savvy merchant with a smaller supply of credits and a limited cargo capacity. The first and most glaringly obvious of these is distilled spirits. The commodity alert provided with the journal tab of your Mobiglass refreshes often when there has been a change in a port's over or understock of a commodity, namely foodstuffs, medical supplies, distilled spirits, and with the introduction of the Starfarer, plasma fuel. While the 4 to 5.5 buy-sell marker of distilled spirits may cause it to be dismissed by the majority of traders in preference for higher margin commodities like laranite and agresium, I'd urge you not to sleep on this subtle money maker. For what distilled spirits lack in sheer profit, they make up for in their versatility of sell locations, supply, and before this video hits the browse page, lack of trader competition. Buying from a place like Bountiful Harvest at anywhere between a smidge above 4 credits per unit to 4.5, you can then sell it somewhere like Port Olisar or Grimhex for 5.5 credits per unit. In the Hull A, I'll make 10,000 credits a run, and while this may seem minor, I can complete several of these runs in short order, bouncing between regions in quick succession. Not only that, but with the addition of loot selling in 3.17, the containers within these locations can often bulk out an otherwise slim profit margin with some rather profitable finds. Be sure to snag any sniper rifles you find, these tend to sell for upwards of 1.5k per rifle. Before I move on to the next commodity, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for your support. The response to the content I've put out has been wonderful, and I appreciate the sheer number of you that have liked and commented on the videos so far in the Star Citizen series. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel so that I know you like the cut of my jib. I also stream on Twitch. I'll put the link to that in the comments section below just in case you want to swing by and ask me questions live. Now let's get back to the cargo. The other commodity I've taken to trading is astatine. On a good day, you can pick this one up from places like Area 61 and Walla for around 7 credits a unit, sometimes pushing closer to 8 if other traders have been running the circuit and selling anywhere between 8 and 9 credits a unit. Similar to the distilled spirits, the reason I've taken to trading astatine is that unlike its precious mineral counterparts, it doesn't have to be sold at a TDD. Locations such as Port Olisar, Grimhex, and the Rayari research facilities will buy this resource. Should you be running your cargo in a larger vessel, something like the Hercules, bear in mind that some locations will only purchase a certain maximum quantity of a commodity, and you may need to split the selling between locations. So the TLDR here is buy distilled spirits at locations like Bountiful Harvest on Daymar, sell at Grimhex or Port Olisar. For Astatine, Area 61 and Walla, and bring it on back to Crusader for the same ports of call. With Grimhex's elevators fixed, Crusader is seeing new life, and you should earn those credits before someone else does. I'm looking at you, Space Trucker Cletus. Laranite is as ever profitable, though you'll find yourself amongst a multitude of competitors during peak playtimes, and while not as ragged run, medical supplies are still enjoying well-deserved attention by those in the biz. The more I run cargo, the more I've begun to see that it isn't just the money that draws citizens in. While some may balk at the slower method of earning, the slimmer wallet than the Quantania Miner or Northrock Bounty Hunter has at the end of the day, it is truly a labour of love. And again, by golly, do I love my hull A. I have larger cargo haulers, but boy is she a pleasure to fly. And there you have it. A couple new commodities to add to your shopping list, and another excuse for me to fly the Misk Hull A. If you've enjoyed this video at all, consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button too? And be sure to check out any of my other videos here. Until next time, stay safe in the verse.